It's time now for our business report with Joel Crossgill.
Lots to share with you in the business report today. The government of Jamaica's first structured securitization transaction in international capital markets, involving the securitization of the portion of the Norman Manley International Airport revenue that is due to the GOJ, has secured US $480 million through the issue, a 12-year bond in the international capital markets by Kingston Airport Revenue Finance Limited, also referred to as King Air. It's a special purpose vehicle held in trust in the Cayman Islands, whose actions are limited to the terms of its debt, which dissolves after it repays its debt. The GOJ granted Kingston Airport Revenue Finance Limited its rights to 52.33% of the revenue generated by the Norman Manley International Airport in exchange for the US $480 million that was raised through the bond issue. However, views are split on the wisdom of the move. For stockbroker Ryan Strawn, it provides yet another example of the growing appetite for investment in Jamaica.
480 million US or approaching 70 billion Jamaican dollars is a significant indicator of confidence in the Jamaican economy. It speaks to the expected resilience or the anticipated resilience that the credit markets perceive resides in Jamaica. It speaks to unparalleled confidence when you see the BA1 rating that Moody's has assigned and the BB rating that S&P has assigned to it, which are respectively both one notch above Jamaica's sovereign debt rating.
In response to a release announcing the successful transaction that said the GOJ looks forward to now being able to accelerate critical investments in domestic infrastructure while also reducing national debt. Opposition spokesman on finance Julian Robinson voiced a number of reservations.
The concern we have with this deal is that 12 years of future revenues for the airport authorities of Jamaica has been sold off to get current revenue to finance activities in the current budget. It means that going forward for the next 12 years, the AAJ will not have access to any revenues to upgrade and maintain the international airport. And we have had so many issues with Norman Manley where the facilities have not been up to international standards, the bathrooms, the ACs. And while a concessionaire has some responsibility, government through the AAJ has the primary responsibility. So selling off these revenues 12 years into the future to fund a current activity for this fiscal year is never a good thing. And I'm deeply concerned about what AAJ will have at its disposal in the future.
The notes will bear a fixed coupon of 6.75% for 12 years. Additionally, the notes are the sole obligation of the issuer, Kingston Airport Revenue Finance Limited, and there is no recourse to the government of Jamaica. In other words, the notes do not represent debt obligations on the GOJ or any of its agencies, and once the bond is repaid, the full amount of the King Air rev share will return to the government of Jamaica.
It strikes me as a quintessential win-win. That it was 5 times oversubscribed as well shows the kind of demand that resides overseas for Jamaican assets or opportunities. And this is in the context of interest rates falling globally as well. So all in all, it is a positive for Jamaica. It should answer the questions that abound in the public space about which receivable was going to be monetized, how it will be monetized, and what the actual benefits would be.
The deal will also see Kingston Airport Revenue Finance Limited distributing any surplus it achieves above established benchmarks to the GOJ annually. However, that offered little comfort, according to Robinson.
The other concern with the deal is that if the revenues of the airport fall below a certain level, the government of Jamaica will have to step in. So there is a contingent liability for the government of Jamaica if, for whatever reason, air traffic volumes do not meet the anticipated level. The government of Jamaica will have to step in and provide the difference in that fund. So it imposes on the government of Jamaica a liability. It also, within the document, it indicates that there can be no competition for Norman Manley over this period, and it will bring into sharp focus whether the plans for Vernon Field are still on track, and whether if Vernon Field is developed, whether for logistics or for commercial air traffic, whether this would impact this arrangement.
And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crossgill.